This is Alan Olsen's America Dreams, the keys to life success, where we talk about how to live the life you want to live. What are your dreams? What do you want out of life, and what defines success? Welcome back. I'm here today talking to J.D. Vaughn of J.D. Vaughn Consulting. And we've been in the area about this rising generation of entrepreneurs. You know, it's said, and I heard this quote by one of the leading venture capitalists here in the Bay Area, that 60% of the jobs 5 years from now will be in technologies not even invented today.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's encouraging to know that there's a lot of optimism that change will still stay in the air.
You know, if we look forward and look, like you said earlier, find places where money changes hands, find how you can add value in that transaction, businesses grow. Just got to look at it a little differently.
So, JD, I got a question. Let's take a scenario here for you.
Mm-hmm.
And say that I have a friend, Bob, and Bob wants to start a new technology business, but he lacks the resources to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you suggest Bob turns to find the resources that he needs to start his business?
Well, if we're talking about money resources, I mean, he needs money to get started. He can find it in the venture capital space, but that's going to be difficult. If he doesn't already know somebody in that space, venture capitalists want 10x growth over 3 years. What I'd recommend initially is a private investor getting started, and then perhaps going down a private placement route, doing a private placement, which is simply raising capital directly with investors, with family offices, private investors, people in the investment business would say doctors, dentists, and other wealthy individuals. And you can do that with private placement. It's just like raising capital for a public company, and the SEC allows you to sell shares in your company when you're starting it up. You need a business plan, you need a private placement subscription document, and you need a financial marketing plan.
Yeah, it's good advice. A lot of people would initially think, money, I'll go down to the bank, only to find out that, that's not the place.
No, banks aren't in the business of loaning money. They're investors' money for high-risk ventures. But there are people that have, they may have $1 million, and they want 10 or 15 or 20% of that placed in high-risk ventures. What if somebody bought a little bit of Skype 10 years ago? What if somebody bought a little bit of Microsoft when it was high-risk 30 years ago? I mean, those kinds of opportunities. There are investors that want those opportunities.
You always hear about that one company though that succeeds, but you don't often hear about the 7 that failed in the same time frame.
Absolutely.
JD, is that what you do? If I wanted to find some seed money, and if I came to you, would you help me to find that private placement? And
indeed, normally we focus on raising somewhere around $4 to $5 million. And we get you started with a private investor that puts together the $30,000 or $40,000 necessary to do the business plan, write the subscription, and then take it to the marketing organization that would market that package, that would generate then the $5 to $10 million you'd need to get the business on its feet.
wonderful.
What do you think about the individual that's a do-it-yourselfer? It says, I'll bootstrap this business and I don't need to talk to anybody.
Well, I have a client, well, he's not a client, but he developed a software that was unique and it was powerful software. And he decided he wanted to keep that and build it slowly over time. By the time he got halfway there were 45 competitors in that space. The window of opportunity, it's only open for a short while. So you can decide you want to have 100% of something that may not take off, or you can have 5% of something that's absolutely extraordinary. And if you do the math sometimes, the 5% of something that takes off could be a bigger number.